Hello and welcome to the Playbook 11 podcast of the 2025 Indian Premier League clash between the Gujarat Titans and the Mumbai Indians. It's all on the line for these two teams. We're here to preview that Dream11 contest to help you try and win some cash in this contest. I'm your host, Tim Williams, and here with me today is former New Zealand international turned superstar IPL commentator Simon Doull. Doull, how are you, mate?
Very good, thank you, mate. Yeah, missing the last sort of 4 or 5 days of the IPL, but was out there last week, sort of doing 8 games, 4 in studio, 4 on the ground, and enjoyed the last bit that I did. But yeah, looking forward to the last couple of games after the massive RCB win today. Their social media sites will be absolutely flying after their win over the Punjab Kings to make it straight through to the final. It's a big one. You know what it's like with that. It's called the McIntyre system, isn't it? The rugby league boys use it the whole
The old
for
McIntyre,
years. The old
yes.
McIntyre system where you get an extra bite of the cherry if you finish on
Yeah,
top.
it is, mate. And our boy, Josh Hazelwood, absolutely lighting it up. Talk to us about
Mm.
him and the impact he's had for them this year.
Well, I said on the show that I do for Cricket Buzz back in India that I didn't think RCB could win it without Hazelwood coming back and playing.
Mm.
They took a bit of a pasting from a bowling point of view in the previous game, but they managed to get home courtesy of a Jitesh Sharma unbelievable innings. So you'd say that they are a far better side with him in it. He's been brilliant all season for them, and I think if they're to win the final, he'll have to have a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very exciting times all around. Guys, Playbook 11, what are we here to do if you are new to the podcast? We're here to provide Dream 11 expert analysis across the 2025 IPL tournament. We began our previews across the Australian summer, had plenty of success there across the Australia versus India Test Series and into the Big Bash League. Now we're doing the same with the IPL. It won't stop with the IPL, though. Obviously, we're in the final stages of that tournament. We're doing the same for the World Test Championship final, previewing that one, and then following the action across the world once the IPL is over with all the different contests that do go on. Guys, if you do like the podcast, please enjoy. If you do enjoy the show, I should say, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us know in the comments if you agree, disagree with our selections, who your captains are, all those good things, and get this conversation flowing. But Dooley, let's get stuck into it. The Titans v Mumbai. Predicted teams. We'll start with the Titans. What have you got for us?
Yeah, Titans look like they'll line up with Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill at the top, which they've been brilliant throughout the tournament. Kusal Mendes will come in and take Joss Butler's spot at number 3, I believe. Shafane Rutherford, Shah Rukh Khan, Rahul Tewatia, Rashid Khan, Gerald Coetzee, Arshad Khan, Saiki Shaw, Mohammad Siraj, and Prasid Krishna, who has been one of the seamers of the tournament. So that rounds out the GT side. I don't think much will change apart from the Joss Butler out and Kusal Mendes in there.
Yeah, very good. A big out there, obviously, Josh Butler. And moving over, what about over at Mumbai?
Well, same sort of thing, really. Keeper batter coming in at the top with Johnny Bairstow. He will open the batting with Rohit Sharma, Sky, Suryakumar Yadav, who's been simply awesome throughout the season, Charith Asalanka, Tilak Varma, Hardik Pandya, Naman Deer, Mitch Santner, Deepak Chahar, Trent Boult, Jasprit Bumrah, and then depending on the surface, and we saw a bit of spin, we saw a bit of work for the seamers today, either Ashwani Kumar or Karan Sharma as an option to come into their side from a seam bowling or a spin bowling point of view.
Yeah, it's Trent Boult, my absolute favourite cricketer in the world, and what a tournament Boult he's having, mate. He's a veteran of the game, but he's still got it, doesn't he?
Yeah, and one thing is, look, no team has ever won it from fourth. Sunrisers Hyderabad won this tournament from third place back in 2016. Other than that, since 2008 through to last year, other than that 2016, which was a bit of an anomaly, every other side has won this tournament from 1 or 2 on the
Mm.
ladder. So it just shows you how tough it is. But this Mumbai side have been, they've just been going like that the
Yeah.
last half of the tournament. So, they could be, to me, they look like the strongest side across the board. And it could be the one time, if you were ever going to back a fourth place getter to make it all the way, this could be the one time.
Well, mate, their hopes go on the line in tonight's clash against the Titans. And looking over that deck at Mullumpur, since 2024, the new stadium, matches won batting first, 5. Matches won batting second, 4. The average score batting first in that time is 169. Across the last 5 matches, though, the average score per team, 159. So obviously plenty in it for the bowlers. They're not necessarily a massive scoring deck. We have seen it, though, this time around in the IPL 2025. The highest total this tournament, Punjab 219 against Chennai 201 back in early April. Dooley, what are you expecting from the deck, mate? And in terms of a Dream 11 perspective, is it one where you favour the bowlers, the batsmen, try and get in for your all-rounders? Any preference there?
Look, you're right on the money with the early on in the season, couple of 200 scores. I think there was one other 200 score in the early games, but the last half of the tournament, any games that have played there have been pretty low scoring, 159s. We saw what happened in the first game of the playoffs, just over 100. Although RCB knocked it off in 10 overs and did it really comfortably, but the bowlers have dominated the back half of the tournament there. So you're looking at bowlers, but you've got to look at high quality bowlers as well, I think. And no point in just chucking a bowler in for the sake of chucking a bowler in. Good batters will still be able to get runs. And I think that's what we're going to look at. High quality bowlers, good batters, and maybe an all-rounder or two at best.
Yeah, well, we've only got 10 spots to fill because Trent Bolt's already in our team.
He's there.
We haven't
He's
even
there.
spoken about this. He's got to be there, mate. You want a high-quality bowler. He's the best. So, Dooley, let's get into it. Our team selection right here for the contest. We start at that wicketkeeper slot. You mentioned Johnny Bairstow coming in. He's already at 76% selection at 7.5 crore. Mendes at 48% selection at 7 crore. We move down there, guys. Rawat, Mins, where they'll be playing, probably not. So who do you like here in the wicket-keeping slot?
I like them both, actually. I like Kusal and Johnny Bairstow. The chief reasons is they both bat at the top of the order. Johnny's going to open. Kusal's going to bat 3. So they give you plenty of options with the bat. And they will give you plenty of options behind. If the wicket's doing a little bit, brings the keeper into play, whether it be seam or spin. So I actually don't mind both those guys because they're batting at the top of the order. And it might seem a little bit, it's a risk, a slight risk, taking two guys who haven't played, or Johnny hasn't played in the tournament, because Mendes hasn't played in the tournament. So it is a little bit of a risk, but Johnny's coming off some decent form in England. So I'm sort of prepared to throw them out there. If Johnny's ownership gets a little bit higher, you might think twice about it.
It's a fascinating one, Johnny Bairstow, isn't he? Like, as you said, coming into completely new conditions, over in English county cricket, he's been on fire, plenty of runs there. So form is not an issue, but we know that he's going from, red ball cricket to white ball cricket onto another continent. He's a big selection. So, look, let's put them both in for now. But if we're going to go against anyone highly owned early, I just feel like that changing conditions, it is a lot for Johnny Bairstow.
Yeah.
We know he's world class, but look, let's put him in for now. But you mentioned that we might get a little bit excited about some quality bowlers. So if anyone has to go, I'm gonna pull
He's
rank.
the first one. Yep.
Well, I won't be pulling rank on you, mate, because that's just not possible.
That's
but
fine.
I do have control of the team, so I will.
Yeah.
Nate, let's get over to the batting contingent, and we start at Sudarshan at 87% selection. A hard one to go past at 9 crore. Shubman Gill at 89% selection at 9 crore. Yadav, he's at 92% selection at 9 crore. Rohit Sharma, 63% selection, 8.5 crore. Varma, 25% selection, 8 crore. Rutherford, 33% selection. He's at 7.5 crore. Dyer, 8.2% selection at 7 crore. They're sort of the big ones. Tawadia, 6 crore. He's 3.4% selection. If we want a point of difference player, who do you like in the batting ranks? So a few of them probably pick themselves, but how are we going to do this?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think you've got to have Sky, you've got to have Suryakumar Yadav. You've got to run with the pack on that one. He's been in such good form this season. Of the GT openers, if you're looking at big match, I mean, I'm happy for you to just say left or right. Because we go with one of them and go with either Sai Sudarshan the lefty or Shubman Gill the righty. And Tilak Varma is the one I really want because he's that middle order player. If things don't quite go well at the top, he's such a good player and a young talent. And at not a huge amount of ownership, I kind of think he's one of the guys that if Mumbai lose a couple early, he's one of the guys that just rescues their innings time and time again and a seriously good player. So, I mean, are you going left or are you going right?
The anchor in Varma, I mean, he's in. You've sold me on that, absolutely, especially with this wicket. A few wickets rip through early, he'll be in, he'll do a job for us. I am going to Sai Sudarshan. That is how
Sai Sudarshan,
he's
love it,
been
love it.
phenomenal. Look,
Yeah.
it'll probably be wrong. We know that both players can go big, but the form that he's in,
Mm.
I think I would feel sick in the stomach going
Yeah.
against him. So that's where I'm going to lean there. And look, we might have a spot left over. We could come back,
Yeah.
but I
So
do like
Surya
going.
Kumar
Yeah,
Yadav, Sai Sudarshan,
yep,
and Tilak Varma.
yep.
Get those three in, and we'll run with that.
They're in. That puts us at 5 thus far as well. All right, over to the all-rounder ranks. Pandya, he's at 84% selection at 9 crore. Mitchie Santner, he's at 62% selection at 7.5 crore. Khan, he's at 37% selection at 7 crore. Khan, I'm sorry, that was, Khan at 6.5 crore. And
Yeah.
of the players active, that looks like what it'll be. So who do we like
Yeah.
in the all-rounder ranks?
Well, if we're going to have Trent Boult, we've got to have Mitch Santner because I think, look, he's just brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Saw what Suyash did in the RCB game against Punjab, picked up 3 wickets. Suyash Sharma, so very good spin bowling option from RCB. I think Mitch is, yeah, he is one of the best white ball spinners in the world at the moment, with the way he's able to control the pace and stuff. And at 60% ownership, quite like him.
Yeah, not bad at all. And that was Ashad Khan at 15% selection at 6.5 crore. So either of the Khans, Dooley, or do we go against and look straight for the other
Just
bowlers?
go. I think we just go against them. I think. I mean, Rashid just hasn't had the year that he's sort of would have hoped for. Hasn't bounced back, and Ashad Khan, at a risk, you could, but I think there's just better bowlers on show.
Gone and gone. We move across to our bowling slots. We have 5 slots left to fill in our team, Dooley. Jasprit Bumrah at 87% selection at 9 crore. Krishna, he's at 76% selection at 9 crore. Siraj, 41% selection at 8.5 crore. Oh, Trent Boult,
Yeah,
63% selection, 8.5 crore. You have got to be kidding me. Dooley, Trent Boult's in. I don't care what you have. I mean, you're a Kiwi. It's not going to be hard to
yeah,
twist your arm on that one. Sai Kishore, 31% selection at 8 crore. Shahar at 13% selection at 7.5 crore. Rashid Khan, the way this tournament's played out, just remarkable. 21% selection.
yeah.
Rashid Khan at 7.5 crore. Kumar came in as the sub last game at 5% selection at 6.5 crore. Kochi, the South African, 10% selection at 6.5 crore. Mate, how do we feel here?
Bumrah lock, Bolt lock, Prasid lock. I mean, leading wicket taker in the tournament so far this year, Prasid Krishna has been absolutely brilliant for GT. So those 3 are a lock, and then I throw a couple out there at you. I think we've talked about this boy that I love a lot, and that's Sai Kishore. Molly Whoppy hairdo. He's got a brilliant mop on him, and he just a big, tall left arm spinner. If we're going one from Mumbai, I'd be happy to take him from a GT point of view. And if we're looking at sort of other options there, Deepak Chahar,
Yep.
I think is a very low ownership. He'll swing that ball, and if that wicket is going to do anything early on, he could be one that is very low ownership that could get us some points where others don't.
Yeah, well, mate, 13% selection, as you said, remarkably low. Some very popular bowling options in the ranks, coming off performances of none for 28, 1 for 22, 1 for 32, 1 for 13. The wickets haven't fallen, but relatively economical there. There has been wickets. So is that our little flyer, mate? Do we bring in Shahar and put him
I
in
just
there?
like him as a little punt. I think you got to take one or two, don't you? And
Mm,
if you're going against the head, I mean, we're going with the field on Surya, we're going with them on Sai Sudarshan, we're going with them on Bumrah. We've got 3 very highly picked players there. I just think you've got to have a specky now and then from a bowling point of
yeah.
view. And you know that if it's going okay, he'll bowl 3 overs in the power play, guaranteed, because that's just what they do with him and tend to do with Trent Bolt, maybe 2 or 3 in the power play if they're going well. So he's going to get a chance. And if he nips one out early, he's a chance to take 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's it, mate. And I like a little double up there, Santner. And as begrudgingly as I am putting Johnny Bairstow into my team as an Australian cricket supporter, a little spinning wicketkeeper double up there. So maybe Santner
Yeah.
can turn one past the bat. We get a little stumping and the points start to flow for us. So that'll lock in our team, mate. Nice and easy today, an easy selection. Bairstow, Mendez, Sudarshan, Yadav, Varma, Santner, Krishna, Boult, Bumrah, Saikashora and Shahar as our little flyer in that team. Now we get on to the all-important captaincy. debate, Dooley. And in our team, the popular picks at the moment, Sudarshan is at 25% captaincy. He's at 14% vice captaincy. Yadav, 21% captain, 22% vice captain. We go down the list and everyone else is sort of that sub 5% or below. Jasprit Bumrah is at 5% captaincy,
Mate,
6% vice captaincy.
Bumrah.
Hello.
Bumrah, C. Put the C
Oh,
beside
thank
Bumrah's
you.
name. On this surface, put the C beside Bumrah's name.
You're the
All
expert,
over it.
Dooley. You're the expert. Why in the world is Bumrah at 5% captaincy?
I just think here's my theory on it, and from this predominantly played by an Indian audience, right?
Mm,
Now, in India, the superstars have always been batters.
mm,
Even the greats, like Anil Kumble, Harbhajan Singh.
mm.
You turn the telly on, and the advertisements, everything are batters. The
Yeah.
bowlers just don't get the recognition. Now, I know that they love Bumrah. I know that he is getting towards that superstar status, but it's always the batters that take the shine,
Do you think that
and
is?
they just
Yeah.
tend to leave the bowlers alone a little bit.
Do you think that is because of I think T20 cricket, it's enormous around the world. It's big in Australia, but we are Test cricket purists. But when you go over to India, the IPL is the be all and end all. It's
Yeah.
everything for them. They love the big hitting. They love the theatre, the theatrics of it.
Mm.
Whereas, I sit here and I look at this Indian team that come over to Australia and, play us in all different formats. And, Virat Kohli's obviously number one. He's the star power there.
Yeah.
But when they talk about, how big Rohit is and all this, I look at someone like Jasprit Bumrah and I'm just like bowing down going, this bloke is
Yeah.
just the best.
His numbers are phenomenal,
Yeah.
but the batters are the pretty boys. They get all the ads and the posters and all the advertisements and the endorsements and stuff like that. And Bumrah just goes about his work better than anyone else in the world at the moment, or right up there with the tops.
Yeah, and we sit here and select him at 5.4% captaincy in
Perfect.
our Dream11 contest. We say, thank you, we'll take our little
Yeah.
win now. And, you can have all your fancy big hitting and all that, but we get the win. So locked in as captain, Jasprit Bumrah. And what about vice captaincy, mate? Who appeals to you here?
Well, I mean, probably we could look at one of the batters, or we could look at the leading wicket taker again if we think it's going to be a more of a bowling dominated surface. I mean, Prasid Krishna is the leading wicket taker. I bet he's at 0.5% for a vice captain, if that.
He's 1.5% captain,
Okay.
3.1% vice captain.
All right. So they've gone a little bit higher on the vice captain on him.
Yeah.
So we either look at someone like Surya Kumar Yadav or Sai Sudarshan, or we take a bit of a punt on a Prasid Krishna, I think. So we can kind of go steady Eddie and look at Sky or look at Sudarshan. Or we can take a bit of a risk and throw a bowler in from the other side, seeing as how we've got a bowler from the Mumbai side.
Mate, I
It's sort
reckon
of I'm open to your sort of judgment on that.
we go with Krishna. Like, I look at it and it's at 159 average runs the last 5
Mm,
matches. There's plenty in it for the bowlers. You mentioned at the
yeah.
top of the show, these world class, the best bowlers in the competition, they're the ones doing the damage. No surprise to
Mm,
anyone, obviously. And I look at Krishna, and if wickets are going to tumble, which the deck suggests of late that they very well may, he said leading wicket taker in the tournament, Krishna,
mm.
why not? That's my question. So I think we go him vice captain.
No problem. I love the bowlers, mate. So we've
Mm.
got a captain, we've got a bowling captain and a bowling vice captain.
Mm.
I'm all over that.
Mate, they come out and take 3 or 4 each, and we're just streaking away at the top of this
Exactly.
competition. We've got the jackpot. We're home. So, Dooley, that will lock in our team for this Dream 11 contest, mate. Very, very exciting. We'll be aiming to get back for the IPL final. Will Trent Boult and his Mumbai Indians be in it? I don't know. Time will tell. Guys, we hope you've enjoyed the show. Dooley, thank you very much as always, mate.
Cheers, mate. Good luck, eh?
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Good luck in the contest and enjoy it.